Hi, good day, good night, good evening, depending on what time you happen to be watching this. Welcome to another episode of House of Stars. I'm your girl Star, and today, as you can see from the title, I am reading and this is going to be the last installment. I know there's a few other people that I could read on the show, but I think that this is going to be it for the show because considering it, we're in the end of the season and we're moving into the new season, and I don't want to have timelines and things clash. So I'm reading on the whole Yandy Smith, Mendeecees, Harris, Erika, and Samantha situation. Just a couple of announcements before we start. I just want to let you guys know that I actually restarted. I know some of you guys knew I had a House of Stars Instagram page, but I've actually reopened it and I'm trying to post on it and stay consistent and get the followers up on that page. So I actually thought of an idea which would really make sense. A lot of you guys always ask, on different celebrities and who I should read on or questions that you have about certain celebrities. So I thought, because it's usually hard to get around to everybody's request as quickly as possible, that I would actually open up the House of Stars page that you can actually put your request in the comment box of any video, and I'll do like a 1 minute video on whatever I see around that celebrity, whatever the case may be, on my Instagram page. So if you are interested in that, or if you want to hear any, if you have any psychic questions, when I say psychic questions, I mean like spiritual questions and things like that I can always answer on the House of Stars page. You can always, the link is going to be in the description box. It's House of Stars on Instagram. Make sure you follow, share the page, do whatever it is that you need to do, and let's get this page up. And I think this is going to be a good way so that I can kind of interact with you guys on a very one-to-one level, like more on a efficient level. Now, I'm not gonna say live, but but in a way where I'm getting back to you guys faster and getting your request out as fast as I can. So all right, let's start off here with the reading. So this is what I'm going to read on first. Okay, now my opinion on this whole thing is that I'm not going to lie. I've never watched all of Love and Hip Hop. I only started watching really this season. But Yandy is so fucking annoying to me. Like, I just find that she just is on this high horse about this man, that I'm not going to say he's a bad person, but he's not necessarily the most quality of men either. And at the same time, it's going to be one of those things that it's like, you need to get off your high horse, because eventually, the harder they come is the harder they fall. You know what I mean? I feel like I personally just feel like shouldn't be as cocky as she is, because, shit happens, you know what I mean? And, yeah, like, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like she's just setting up herself to make herself look stupid, but that's just me. But let's actually tap into it and see what's going on when it comes to the whole situation. Because like I've said before, if you've seen in previous videos, just because I have an opinion of somebody doesn't necessarily mean that when I actually would actually tap into them, the spirits have the same thing to say about what my thoughts may be. So I think I'm going to start off with the baby moms first, which is Erika and Samantha. I couldn't find a birthday for any of these girls, so I'm just gonna pick up on them in general, like their energies and things like that. Then we'll move into talking to Yandy about Yandy, and then we're gonna close on what we see around Mendeecees. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask for the spirits to give me guidance, openness, and clarity on the situation. Let me just take a sip of my water because I am thirsty as heck. Okay, so okay, disclaimer, keep in mind, this is a show, okay? So a lot of these things have been orchestrated in certain ways in order to build a storyline, you know what I mean? because I just got a flash of certain things, which just obviously reminded me of that. Keep in mind, this is a show. There is a storyline at the end of the day. Just because it's what it is on TV doesn't mean that that's exactly what's going on behind closed doors. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let's start off with Erika. Okay, now this is a relationship that I wanted to look into, just for the simple fact that I hate men that, you know, they have romantic or they have sexual relationships with women, and they try to deny the authenticity of the relationship. They try to make it seem like, oh, it's like we were just having fun, we weren't really doing anything like that. But it's like, why did she wind up pregnant? Why does she feel like you guys are in a relationship? I don't care if you don't put a title on a relationship. At the end of the day, if you go a certain amount of time sleeping with somebody for consistently, and you're making plans or doing whatever it is with them, you guys are in a relationship, whether you want to believe it or not. So that's one thing I want to say when it comes to Mendeecees. I don't really respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Okay, what I see about Erika, I feel like she really is a nice girl. You know what I mean? Deep down inside, I feel like she is a really nice person. I am not going to lie. I do feel like when it comes to her and Mendeecees, I do feel like the relationship that they did have was very casual. But at the same time, Mendeecees did manipulate the relationship. You know what I mean? It's not like, even though he tried to make it seem like, okay, they were very casual, or he never really put a title on it, it's not like Mendeecees did not know what kind of feelings that she had for him and what she was willing to do for him. Like, I'm getting a young and naivety around her as well when everything was going on between them. So I don't know if she was real much younger than he was, but I just get there's a certain naivety around her. So it's like she was still in that stage where it's like, you know, you're a girl, you're trying to do that down ass chick stuff for a guy, and I feel like it's just like he would just get her to run around and do a bunch of things for him. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, it's like he was her man. Like, I don't think that Mendeecees is the kind of person that would be okay with her talking to other dudes. So even if he wants to try to make it seem like she was just a slide, realistically, that was his personal slide. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So the fact that she looks at it like they were in a relationship and they had something going on, for sure, I do understand where she is coming from, because that's something that they really had. You understand? I do feel like, I see a man around her. I feel like a taller, darker skinned man. I don't know if it's like he's actually around her at this moment, but he's definitely somebody that's coming in her field. And I feel like this is going to be somebody that's going to be around her that's going to be romantic. I'm not really feeling like Erika wants to get back with Mendeecees. I don't think she really cares for that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like once women get with Mendeecees and they see how he is, it's like they realize his ways are old and stale. You know what I mean? Mendeecees usually, I wouldn't go as far as saying Mendeecees is a user, but Mendeecees has a way of being codependent on women. You know what I mean? In some shape or form, he's always putting his weight on women, you know? So when it comes to Erika, would I say that she was really a slide? Kind of, but not really. You know what I mean? It was like a casual relationship, but it was a controlled casual relationship. So can we knock her for thinking that that was her man? No, we can't knock her for that. But what I do feel like how she feels about Yandy, I feel like she feels like, I get a sense that she respects how Yandy is, because I feel like even though Yandy is, you know, who she is, she does hold down the baby moms. Like, she's the queen of the baby moms. She makes sure that the baby moms are okay, they got what they want, whatever. Keep in mind, you got to understand that Yandy's like best friends with Mona Scott, and if it wasn't for freaking Yandy, half of these girls wouldn't even be on the show. So that just shows that what kind of girl Yandy is, that she is at least holding these girls down and making sure these chicks get a check. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get that. Like, I do feel like that's the situation with her. And then when it came to the pregnant thing, and he said that he only had sex with her one unprotected, that's not true. I feel like they were always messing around each other. They were messing around each other even when Yandy was around. You know what I mean? Because she was just, it's like when I get the vibe from her, it's like she's like an assistant. You know what I mean? Like, she's always like that assistant girl. Like that girl that, like, okay, all right, I'm going to give you this. Go check this nigga down the street and go give him that for me. Or like, all right, I need you to go do this for me. Go do that. Like, you know, I'm going to give you this kind of money. Just go make this kind of move for me. Like, that's the kind of chick she was. You know what I mean? Just that down-ass girl that, you know, you just can get anything done for her. But doesn't mean that you have to wife her, but she'll do anything for you. And that's, I feel like that's how the relationship dynamic of that was. But I just don't think it's cool that he really tries to make it seem like she was just some slide, because realistically, like, she was not allowed to talk to anybody else. She was not allowed to have a no other man. Like, he was not having it if that happened. You know what I mean? So let's move into Samantha. I think out of everybody that is in this, amongst all the baby ones, like, Samantha's the one that actually really knows the devil that Mendeecees can be. Like, she knows Mendeecees through and through. Like, she's not caught up in his facade, but she really respects him though. Like, he's like, there's a respect and honor she still has for him, regardless of what that she feels like he really ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, even though, like, she doesn't really want to be with them, I'm not going to necessarily say she's not a person that if the opportunity came that she wouldn't open herself back up to him. Just because there's such a strong respect and bond that they have. And it's mutual. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Mendeecees feels the same way about her. You know what I mean? So for her, it's like how she is, it's like, she just stands in the middle and she really watches everything. She looks at Yandy like, kind of like, girl, like, you think you know him, but you don't know him like how I know him. And that's how it is. But I feel like the reason why she gravitates towards Erika a lot, because I get the sense that she does feel empathy for what Erika gone through, because she knew how much Erika was been there for Mendeecees. You know what I mean? And she knows that. So that's the reason why, you know, she stays close to Erika, because she gets it. She understands. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she still has a respectful relationship with Yandy. I'm not feeling like they don't have one, because I really do feel like she does respect how Yandy is with her son. And I feel like Yandy has helped her out through situations where she had hard times. But at the same time, there is a part of her that there's certain things about Mendeecees that she knows that Yandy doesn't know, that she has secrets for Mendeecees. But she ain't gonna rat Mendeecees out, because she looks at Mendeecees like, that's my nigga, like, I'm not gonna rat him out, right? So that's another thing that I'm really seeing, is like, there's like there's a lot of things about like Mendeecees that Yandy's not allowing herself to see. You know what I mean? Just because, like, I'm not gonna say that he doesn't love her. Like, of course she's wife, but at the same time, this guy is like, his record ain't that clean. Like, he's not a kosher dude. Like, he's just not. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I do see when it comes to them. And I feel like it's just like, I don't think she's going to rat him out or anything like that. But you're going to start to see that, you know, Mendeecees and her are going to start to get a little bit more closer. You know what I'm saying? There is going to come a point where Erika is going to back away from everybody. You know what I mean? And start to do her own thing, just because the whole thing is just going to be drama for her. Because really and truly, when I see Erika, I don't feel like Erika's a drama type of girl. I don't. I really feel like she does mean well, you know? But it's just like, she got the shit end of the stick because she got used, you know? So let's see about Yandy. Now, okay, one thing I could give Yandy, she's a woman of her own. She's a boss. You know what I mean? I feel like she makes her own money. She definitely doesn't depend on anybody. She does what she needs to do, and whatever she needs, she'll make sure she has it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when it comes to Yandy, I feel like Yandy has a way to her where she has a certain naivety about things. Just because she just feels like she has that arrogance to her where she feels like everything she has is gold. And like, there's in no shape or form, if she wants it or she has it or she feels like it's gold to her, that you can tell her that it's not. So that's just what it is. I do feel like she's genuine when she wants to help women or help them out and help them with the kids and everything like that. I feel like she's genuinely genuine about that stuff. She's just a genuine, generous person, and wherever she can help, she's willing to help. That's just who Yandy is. I get the sense that right now she is in a place where she's a little bit down. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if she's missing Mendeecees and things like that. But I also get the sense, like, I don't know if it's happening right now or this is going to come up soon, but I feel like it's like she's having her ears to the street, because she's going to start to be hearing some things about Mendeecees. You know what I mean? There's going to be some things that are going to come up where she's going to hear about some women that Mendeecees has been messing with while they were together. Not only that, I do also feel like there's somebody else that comes and sees Mendeecees in prison. You know what I mean? I just feel like he has somebody that he talks to that is on the outside that's a female. Like somebody that has nothing to do with this whole bubble. You know what I mean? And that's something that I feel like that's going to come to her eyes as well. Overall, I just feel like, she's doing good. I feel like business-wise it's good for her, but I think at the same time, I don't feel like she is going to stay with Mendeecees. I don't see this relationship ever being a forever thing at all. I know he's going to do all the time. He's going to do 8 years, which is a very long time. I don't think he's going to do the full term, though. I don't think he's going to do a full 8 years. I think, if anything, he's going to do like about 5 to 6 at most. I hear 5 to 6. I don't know if he comes out in May or June. But I hear 5 to 6 or so. He's not doing that much time. He's not doing much. He's not going to do that whole 8 years. But I do feel like it's like when it comes to her, like there's going to come a point where she's going to end up leaving him. She's going to always have a weak spot for him, but they're not staying together. That's just what I see. So now we're going to move on to Mendeecees. Sorry, guys. My nose is really runny. If anyone doesn't know, I'm expecting, so I have a runny nose, and whenever I read, it's just like runny nose. I'm just trying to, all right. I can see why girls like Mendeecees, because you know what? He is a sweet guy. He really is deep down inside a sweet guy. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, like, he uses his sweetness to his advantage, or his sweetness can be... It's like his sweetness is his downfall, because he just wants to help people. So like I feel like he really wants to help people, and he's around certain women, but it's like he has this thing where he makes women easily fall for him because of like he's so lax and so chill. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's not completely honest. Like, he means well, but just like when you really chalk it up to something, he ain't doing good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he will have like 4 or 5 girls around, and he means well with these chicks. Like, he really wants to help them. He really doesn't want to make it into something like he's just trying to fuck around. But eventually, like, it's like if these women ever were to know of each other, it wouldn't be a good look. And that's what always ends up happening to him. You know what I mean? Because he's a cheater. Like, he's always like... And like every person that he gets with, any girl that he gets with, is always this undertone of him helping her, or this undertone of like, let me look out for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's always what happens, and that's what gets him caught up. When it comes to the whole drug situation and everything like that, I think what it is and what he says is pretty much is the truth. Like, I feel like it's one of those things that it's like it was filtered through him, even though he was like doing somebody a favor, but even though he had benefit, but it's not like he didn't know what he was doing. And that's what happened in regards to that, you know what I mean? But he's the kind of guy, like, where I can see where him and Yandy see eye to eye, because they're the kind of people that like to put money in people's pocket, But yeah, I don't feel like he's going to do all of his time. I don't get that. I get the sense that there's going to be something that's going to come up within the case that's going to change things and direct them into a different direction. Because I feel like there's certain people that Mendeecees could have talked on, but he didn't. And that's why he's the one that's sitting in jail. You know what I'm saying? He did take a deal of some sort, though. He really did. I'm not going to lie. But he didn't talk out everything, Yeah, but he loves Yandy. He does love Yandy, but there's a part like he respects her and he kind of looks up to her and he idolizes her in a way. But when it comes to like the whole situation with the baby moms and stuff like that, this is if this is a real thing, because it needs to be a storyline. He does feel bad. He does respect all his baby moms. I don't even feel like he has a problem with any of them. Like, he loves them all, respects them all. Like, he doesn't care for them to be fighting and doing all that shit. That's not really his thing. Like, you know what I mean? But if it's for a storyline, if it's to make money, I guess he's going to go with it. It's not like he can impose that much. He's not here to speak up for himself, right? But I just see him sitting on the couch. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I just saw him just there and he's just like sitting on the couch. I don't know. Has Mendeecees really in jail? Who knows? I'm just joking. But yeah, I just saw him there, and I do feel like there is another female outside of this one that actually goes and sees him. There's a couple of them. There's like a girl that has a kid. I don't know if she has a man that's incarcerated or the man died or something. But is there some kind of girl that's around him that with that kind of undertone? You know what I mean? Yeah, but overall, that's what I see for this whole situation. I just feel like it's just a whole little muck, a whole little thing orchestrated, for for views, for the show and things like that. At the end of the day, shout out to Yandy. She's putting checks in these women's pockets. You can't really hate on her for that. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's the whole situation in a whole, and that's what I see overall. If you have any questions or concerns of what I read and any things that you need to elaborate on, feel free to always put them in the comment section. Again, when it comes to the House of Stars page, if you want me to read on, give you a quick forecast on your favorite celebrities, make sure that you follow me on my House of Stars Instagram page. The link is going to be in the description box. And put them under the comment section. Just whatever picture you see, you can just comment it under each one that I put up. And again, if you want to get a reading with me, you know where to hit me up. You can hit me up on my House of Stars page, or on my House of Stars Facebook page, or on my email. Please keep all emails that relate to such completely business related. Questions or concerns can always be left on the House of Stars Instagram page, or it could be put on the wall of the Facebook page. So yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you so much for your time today and rocking with me, and give me a thumbs up for my yellow background. I painted my house this weekend. And may God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.